In ancient times, the sacred mountain was sealed by the dwarf deities with 5 powerful.
Let's skip that boring part and let's dig into business. I need your help.
Hey, where am I? This is a bit different from what I visited earlier.
Hey, come here quick.
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
How dare you to interrupt my story? I am the mountain.
Well, as I was saying, this is the Misty Mountain and has two things about it. One, it's filled with golds and diamonds. And there is some kind of weird magic.
What was the last part?
Instead, you can mine any dwarf streams, and all you need is a pickaxe.
Any dwarf streams?
Hello and welcome everyone. Today it's Monday and we're back as usual. How are you doing and how's your weekend been? And hey Gibesh, how are you today?
Hey Bruno, I'm good. I'm good. How is everyone doing? Let us know in the chat. And yeah, we're here.
Type down in the comments how are you and how was your weekend, because today we're going to mine and we're going to discuss something really cool, which is about some tips and tricks on how to become a successful player and creator. Not that we have discovered the wheel or anything, we're also learning ourselves, but from what we have discovered and what we have found, we'll share some stuff with you. But before we start to do that, let's greet and give a warm welcome to everyone that has joined us now. So we've got PG Metaverse with us. We got Breezia75, 322 confirmed, Turbo Modex. We've got Mosquita in the house, Wicked U2, Go West, Mr. Furious X, and thank you for the compliments. It's was a pleasure to do it, and we're happy that you're enjoying it as well. We've got MLD Tech, we've got Faded Pain, and looks like we got all the family in the house. We got Popeye as well. So welcome in, everyone, and let's get this party started. So before we start to raffle any pickaxes, because we still got a long stream ahead, I want to touch down a little bit of the topics that we wanted to discuss with you. something that we're quite enjoying, which is to give some tips and tricks either regarding game economy, game maker, just stuff that we think could be useful for you as a player, as a creator, or just some knowledge or information that you could think it's useful or it's just fun to know. So we also had last Friday a stream which we had Fred and Ferd here on the stream, and we'll be doing that Friday show allocated to have this sort of multiplayer tests with you, because as you know, we're developing an expansion, and to make that expansion work with the mechanics that we have imagined, we do need to make some tests to make sure that it works. So thank you for your support. Thank you for being last Friday. We'll be repeating again next Friday, but we'll make in a way that you feel more integrated in what we're doing. So our current idea is to actually post before we go live some sort of recap or summary of what we will be doing. So whenever you get into the experience, you already watch that video and you know what we're looking for. That way, we believe it will be easier for you to understand what type of tests we're doing. And along the way, you can also learn with those tests because you saw the pre-video, the pre-live explaining what we'll be working on. So by the time that you enter the experience with us, you know what is happening out there. Along with it, we also want to make some sort of conclusions of what we discovered from last week. So we keep some sort of track and we keep a timeline of everything that has been happening with those tests as well. And welcome Noble RK, welcome Althark, welcome Huddle Hill. How all you doing? Looks like we've been raided by Huddle Hill. Thank you for the raid and welcome everyone that has joined us now. We were just saying what we will be doing during this stream, and we're recapping of what happened on Friday's stream as well. So Gibesh, maybe since I just explained it, maybe do you want to explain what we went over the Friday stream and what will be those streams about?
So those streams, as Bruno said before, so basically we need a test map, and we need other players to help us in that, because we need also test how our server's working, how our behavior is working when there's are many players, and because it's possible to test the experience inside team, but for really testing on a multiplayer kind of idea, there needs to be many players. So yeah, and what Bruno just said, that really I think it's cool that we will try to do a list of what we are trying, so that you would be in the same page. Basically, you could like think of, oh, I know, maybe somehow how could I exploit that kind of thing. So you could like have some thought before. Yeah. So
that will also be cool to see, like, okay, we did this logic, now let's do it the opposite. Let's exploit it and see how we can break it. And also welcome J-Dog, welcome Sugar Cubes, how you doing, how was your weekend, and welcome to the show. Yeah, that was pretty much it. I think it was just good to make a recap in terms of everyone that just joined us now from Adel Hill's raid. So we just wanted to give a clear head of what we'll be talking about also today. So starting with, we did a post talking about that we'll be giving out some tips and some tricks regarding how to become a successful player and creator. So from our experience and what we have found out, we'll share a bit what we know. And PG Metaverse is saying that your mic is a bit low, Gibesh.
Oh, all right. Probably I could just make it closer. That should really solve the problem.
Now I can really feel you in my head, in my ears as well.
Maybe too close?
No, it's all good.
Okay.
You have a relaxing tone, so I'm good. All right, so I've got some stuff written here, and I would start with players. So how to become a successful player. And there's many things that can be done. I'm just going to start with some general things, and then later on we'll be focusing more on what's happening here on the sandbox. So first of all, if you're a player and you, especially with play to earn, and play to own. And I think that's just a new meta of type of games that's happening right now. We couldn't be more living the future as we are right now. These will be pretty much some meta in the future. Like we have subscription type of games that still exist, we have free to play type of games, and then there will be the play to earn and play to own type of games, which will be their own genre, their own category, and they will impact massively the course of game making on the future. Do not get wrong on that. So first of all, as a player, if you want to get involved in this type of ecosystem, which is play to earn and play to own, I will not go over the free to play. There's also some tips that could also be included in that play to own, free to play and subscription based, like World of Warcraft or any other type of free to play model games. So first of all, you have to identify your game, the game that you enjoy most playing. Either it's a first person shooter, either it's an RPG, either it's a building game, a survival game, it does not matter. Whatever drives you the most, you should get that one first cleared out, because you'll be playing that game. It should be fun. You should not go just to play a game because you know what? It feels like I'm going to get some massive potential earnings out of this game, but it's tedious to play. It's not that fun to play. So, first of all, since you're going to spend quite some huge amount of hours, you should identify the game that resonates the most with you. I would start with that. Gibbous, would you agree on that one? That even before going anywhere?
Um, well, probably yeah. You should follow your gut, I think, or you should follow things that well, definitely.
I was talking this because you remember when was the Axie Infinity hype? Everyone was
Mm,
buying Axie Infinities. Everyone was multiplying their Axies and playing that. Although the critics and the reviews was that this is not a fun game to play. Although it was not a fun game to play, people were massively playing because they are expectant of having massive output income. So it was, I would say, I'm not going to say wrong motivations to play a game, because if you're playing a game, should be the primarily should be fun. But I can see also what would be the encouragement just to go over the earning aspect of it. So that would be the first tip: is it identify your game. And now coming back to the sandbox, being the sandbox a platform that is going to be user generated content, there's going to be content for every type of players. There's going to be every type of games, very different. And you can see it already as it goes, and as time passes by, more games are being developed and more genres are being also developed. And we are creating a vast array of type of available games that is playable around the sandbox. And I believe that with GameMaker 0.8, that is only going to exponentially grow during out this year. And we cannot wait to see everything, all of that to happen, including us. We're also explaining our game base as well with our expansions, but too soon, too early. Again, now that we talked about, and since we are on the sandbox, identifying your game would be pretty much in all of this ecosystem, what type of games you do enjoy the most to play, because there's going to be very different type of games, and there's going to be, I would say, categories of games in the future. So instead of trying to be everywhere, you can also stick with the ones you like the most. So I'll just start with that one. So second one, I will go to be present and see opportunities. So engage and be part of the community. I would go with that the second step. Give us, what do you think about that?
mm, yeah, I think after you find your game that
Mhm.
you enjoy, definitely the next thing is probably gather friends or some kind of group that you also play with, because that really motivates you, and you could really get more knowledge, because always when you are collaborating with others, you like multiply the power of processing power. But I think the biggest thing is you just um, well, I'm probably I'm not of thinking that much how to be a successful player in sense of profit, but in sense of happiness. So probably the community is very important because it really gives another level to the gameplay and the experience you have when you play games. Yeah.
You just touched a very, very important thing, which is what is success on a game. That is something that I also like to talk with. Actually, I wanted to start with that. Would you define the terms of success? Because being play to earn or play to own, there's a financial aspect that can be attached to it. And we can measure the terms of success on how much you're doing regarding that financial output. But as a game, would it also, in terms of a success, the value you're getting is actually the most fun out of a game? So, Gibash, how would you define having these two things in mind, which is the play to earn aspect and the fun as a value you're getting out of a game? How would you define success having these two things in consideration?
It's very hard, you know. It's like the games are scaringly becoming real life, very looking, and basically you could go and get a job delivering, I don't know, something, but you could also get a job in the metaverse. So basically, these worlds are really colliding, and the gap or the line between them are slowly disappearing. And I think, well, in sense of yeah, in if you're thinking about profits, I think then it's a job. I think then it's responsibility. You need a plan. You need to follow that plan, and then you might be successful because there's a lot of competition. Because there's a lot of people who want to make money out of something they enjoy. That's logical, I think. Yeah. And a lot of competition, and with a lot of competition probably comes a lot of need of work. You really need to put yourself into that because you are competing with others. So yeah, I think then it's a bit difficult if you're thinking about profits. I think it's a whole new difficulty level, because if you're playing for fun, you're more with yourself. You basically you have the control what you're doing with yourself. But when you're going for really economy things, um, I think probably even then consider that there is probably huge teams that could be assembled to be successful in a game regarding the profits. So
That is already a reality with esports. And
yeah,
there's
yeah.
the growth of esports is being quite amazing for the past decade, I would say. If we look back 10 years ago, what was the esports and what it is today? Today, you don't find, like, if you 10 years ago you're saying like, hey, what do you do for a living? Like, I play games. You know what? I'm part of a team and people just pay me to play this game. People would be like, what are you talking about? Like, it kind of feels like you're getting paid to play a game. But if we look at today, if you're saying like, hey, I'm an esporter, I do for my living, I play games. People are like, oh, you're an esporter. Like, oh, I know, I've heard about you guys. Like, I heard about people that instead of doing other type of jobs, you play the game and you are very successful at that game, and you get part of tournaments, you get part of leagues. It's an esport, and you got sponsorships and you get paid for it. So it kind of it's becoming more of a norm as well. And I would say why, at least one of the key factors that make that happen is because actually the gaming industry, in terms of financial volume, it does generate more than the industry film and and the music industry together combined.
uh,
So there's actually a lot of economy around it.
I think that's quite logical because it's more immersive. Basically, when you look at a movie, it's a passive entertainment, and
It
gaming
is.
is active entertainment. You're like really involved in that what you're seeing. And I think that's just another level of and of getting you into that kind of space and entertain you. Yeah. Um, though it's quite
Passive and
philosophical
active,
question.
passive and active entertainment. I like that. I think we'll go
Yep.
there after some bit, but that's a very, very good thought. You're you're doing your own entertainment as by watching a movie, and well, there's other things that can also be part of watching a movie or
Yep.
listening to a song. It can touch and reach things at other type of levels, at least emotionally feeling, because having fun, entertaining, those are also emotions. That's you getting emotions out of what you're doing. But we'll leave that and come that after some time. So be part of the community and see opportunities. Now let's try to talk that, but go into what's happening on the sandbox, because
Okay.
we want to talk about this as general concepts and then trying to channel them and funnel them down into our own ecosystem, which is the sandbox. So how would you translate this of engaging and being part of the community and seeing opportunities, having in mind that we're talking about how to become a successful player?
Hmm. Mm, Probably the first idea that comes to mind is, of course, knowledge. If you want to, you have to know the techniques or some sort of um, pathways or shortcuts that is found by the community. So basically, when you engage into the community, you are exploring also maybe you sharing techniques that you discovered, and other are sharing techniques that they discovered, and maybe that's the first idea that comes. But regarding the opportunities, I think maybe regarding the opportunities, streamers which are wanting to stream how they play, and you could really watch them and learn. At least I saw some really good players, like fast ones, and yeah, looking at how they play is also giving some knowledge. Yeah.
Especially during Alpha Season 3, we kind of saw that. Like, it was right now we're in between seasons. There's like, I think they're called mini seasons. There was Alpha Season 3, we're all expecting the Alpha Season 4. In between, we've got all these mini seasons happening. But during Alpha Season 3, more precisely, there was, I would open my Twitch channel and there was like at least 5, 7 streamers playing the Alpha Season 3, which they were doing actually what you were saying. They were showing their gameplay, they were showing their skills, but also they were giving back their tips and tricks on how to make better run tracks. Because Alpha Season 3, just to make this small paragraph, Alpha Season 3 was pretty much dedicated on speedruns. So it was how fast can you do the quests? No matter what type of game you were playing, it was just a matter of how fast you were doing the quests in terms of the plate, how to rank in the plate earned leaderboard. So the streamers, what they were actually doing, most of them was they were streaming their gameplay. They were showing how good they were and how fast they could do the things. But also, while they were doing, they were teaching their community that was seeing the streams on how to do the same. So these streamers like, okay, for me, the best route it is to go from point A, then you cross these flowers, you would go next to this boulder, then you'll find this NPC, and that's the fastest track that you'll get into this place. And the players that were watching the stream were probably also interested in that type of content. So they would also be competing, and they were getting that as a source of information. Like you're saying, knowledge is also very important. And I agree with you. So,
Uh, re-
mhm,
the thing that you said, competing, I think is very
mhm.
important, because it's really pushes you to you need to push yourself to the next level, because if he's going faster, you need to also try to go faster. It's possible to go faster. So yeah, I think that's also very important.
It is. And Mr. Fear is actually saying twice as many streamers in season 3 compared to season 1. That is also true. I do. And if you compare for season 1, then for season 3, then you would see the major, like, it's really, really completely out of this world. So I hope, and I'm looking forward to see on Alpha Season 4 even going more than Alpha Season 3, and just becomes like there's many players streaming that. So right now, I would say that in terms of Twitch streams, they are more dedicated into creators. So if you go over the sandbox category and you look at the VOD files of everything that was streamed during the last 7 days, you would see that most of them, they're actually streams from builders. So there's more content getting put out there from the creator point of view rather than the player point of view. But I believe that will be changing slightly going towards the future, as there will be more games to be played. There's going to be more play to earn type of competitions, and there will be more players that we will see that there's enough content for them to stream regularly for a player base that's watching for the sandbox. So I would not be surprised if that happens, because these mini seasons, they don't actually have a leaderboard. Like, you complete all these missions, you complete all these tasks, and you get eligible to be in a raffle to win a prize. So there's not that much competition. You just have a finish line that you have to accomplish in order to be eligible to be part of the raffle. And PG Metaverse is also saying that with my game, that will never going to happen. You will be impressed by the skills of the players. Do not underestimate the players. Even though you could have RNG to make everything always new in the game, they will spot for patterns. They will see like the most incredible things that you could not ever think of. So, if example for us, when we do these minor back quests, they all spawn at random places as well. But from after playing the game quite some times, we kind of know where the events can happen. So we already know that if it's not on place A, it's on place B. If it's not on place B, it's on place C, and so on, so on, so on. We just have to make that track, that route that we know that we're going towards, all the possible things, all the possibilities within these mini game or mini quest that's happening on the Pickaxe Master, just as an example. So you would be pretty much surprised with the skills of players, and that's just a general tonic. I do listen actively to a lot of game dev podcasts from all over the world, from all over type of different type of games, and they all say the same. You will be amazed on how fast actually players do break your game or complete your stuff. So this is very general, like, and these are their podcasts, or they're like kind of interviews, and most of the times that the interviewer is asking this question, and people go like, hey, you would be surprised, like, you have your game devs and you think you have content, you have gameplay for over 6 months. 2 weeks after, 3 weeks after, there's already a very batch of players that already completed what you have programmed to be 6 months of play game. So you would be surprised.
Mhm.
But if they're going to stream to show the solution, they will need to stream a lot. Well, we hope that happens. And if that does happen, it's a good sign and it's a good thing. But carry on this list. In terms of the play to earn, the opportunities, and being part of the community, I'm also going to give my own input in here as well. So I would start with as well, form a gaming guild / alliance. And so imagine yourself as, okay, Gibbs, you said something very important. So if you're just doing it for the fun, then there's a couple of things that it do not matter that much. So having, for example, a very valuable NFT, that could be a weapon, that could be just some key to give access to a gated event. The earning aspect is just a plus. But of course, if you're having fun and you have the skills to make this more profitable on your end, I would not see a reason why this wouldn't happen. I think it quite feels very natural. Like, okay, I like this game a lot. I play this game a lot, and I understand this game. Like, I'm one of the best players. Okay, why should I not take more advantage of this and get more profits out of this game? Because I'm good at it and I know how to get it. So, and I can see this for a play to earn type of environment, and especially going further with more games being developed in different type of genres. And let me say, so forming a gaming guild / alliance, for example, if there's to be a multiplayer shooter, there's probably going to be some games that will be like Team A versus Team B, and having your own guilds, your own alliance, that you're actually managing the guild, it will give you more perks over, like, okay, if you're part of a guild, you'll be following this structure, you'll be following these rules. And it's also good because, like Iva said, you'll be meeting other players that are playing the same game as you, and they'll be sharing their own set of tricks and tips to help you to evolve to get a better player. And as an alliance, as a clan, the better the people that are inside of it, the overall will be that gaming alliance in terms of skills. So I think that will be very much important. And regarding what we are trying to build in here as well in the Pickaxe Master, as you know, we've got a set of expansions on the roadmap that we want to bring to you. And being one of them, not one, but being one of the expansions which has multiple, let's call it legs. So there's like different variants. There's going to be based off PvP. And out of that PvP, there's going to be a fantasy league attached to it. So we know that we're going to use part of the profits of what will be from the Pickaxe Master on the Misty Mountain, we'll be using to fund the several and different prize pools. Having these different prize pools, we can run different type of activities and different type of play to earn leagues as well. Being that said, we're creating the platform we're supporting for all of this to happen. Then, once this is all laid out and this is all built, we're going to need the other aspect of it, which is the players, and which is also the competitive side nature of it. Having that in mind, we could not expect any less for guilds to be starting to form because, hey, there's a prize pool for the best players on this game. And to be part or to be eligible to this prize pool, we must compete in this event. And to compete in this event, hey, if I want to get into top places, maybe I'm going to search for the best players around to get. Like, I remember, I think it was Alex Kamisaze, or it was Joseph saying this. It was like, okay, if you find a stronger player than you, then you want that player to join your alliance. And you find a weaker player than you, then that's the one you're going to swear rivalry forever. I'll just remember that. It was one of them that said that. I was just cracking my ass just listening for that. So that's it. If you find stronger players, maybe you want to team up with them because you know they're good. And having all of those strong players together, they will get a better chance to ending in the top ranks by the end of the season, and with that also getting their corresponding earnings of that ranking in the league. So I would say that forming a gaming guild / alliance will also get you, like you were just saying, there are some streamers that would be sharing some tips and tricks on how to do this faster, how to play this game better. That could also be some private club that's part of a gaming alliance. Like all these gamers that are forming a clan, they share like some sort of inside tips, you know? So why do this? And it could be something like, why does this clan, this guild, this alliance always rank up better? Why they're playing the game better than everyone else? Maybe it's just not because they're overall better players. Maybe they're sharing more information with each other that actually makes them better, which is again back to community. It's some sort of forming your own community within the community. That you know that, okay, I'm playing the game with these fellas, people that share the same passion, like the same things for the same games as you. And then you're just sharing those little secrets you're all finding about it. And they just become strong together in a competitive setting that will give them a head start or a head up regarding everyone else if they're not doing the same. Okay, let me move into the second one, which is something you already said, which is stream regularly and share tutorials. So as you know, in our case, we're not affiliate to Twitch because we do multi-stream to every platform that is out there. But we know that there's an affiliate program, there's monetization programs as well. And depending on how much you can grow and how steadily you are streaming and can gather your audience, that could also be, it's not a primary source of income, I would say, if people are actually trying to be, this is why we're trying to define successful, because they're successful in play to earn. That could be some financially gain for you and could be successfully for you as it's being a game that you're having a lot of fun to play. So we're going to take the second one for granted. So this is a game you're actually having a lot of fun to play. Because if you're just playing this for play to earn, that just for the sake of getting income out of it, it becomes a job for you. So how to become a successful player as a job, it kind of falls into the esport category, but without the fun, which is kind of sad. But I'll accept it and I'll take it as a reality. So not trying to undermine it or trying to getting it lower. So it's a reality, and it will even become more a reality in the future. So if there's a game that's super boring but has some usually really high payouts, I can imagine that game is going to be played. There's going to have professional players around it. I would not see why not, especially when esports is just becoming such a common thing. It's just not like that. Oh, he's a werewolf that he lives in the caves in the uphill of the Misty Mountains and he plays games and he's an esporter, something like that. No, that's no longer reality. So streaming regularly and sharing tutorials, that will also get you, one, to create your own community. You will see the family, like pretty much like we're doing here. You guys are our family, and we do these streams regularly on Mondays, on Wednesdays, and Fridays, and we are able to see each other every uh, every stream that we do. So, as for ourselves, we consider you as our family. You are part of the minor club, and we are doing this together for quite some time. We're almost making 1 year that we've joined into this show, and we talk about the sandbox, and we do things together. So this is also very important, I would say. Now, regarding the sharing tutorials, that's some added content that's can also be put out there as in terms of value as yourself as a skilled player, that could also potentially help newer players that are trying to get into the game, and they're like, oh, you know what, I just found out this really cool game on the sandbox, and I'm following that player because that guy is really good and I want to get as good as him, so I'm going to follow him. I want to see his tips, I want to see his tricks to become a good player as he is. And maybe later down the road, since they're streaming and they actually get to build a relationship from being present during the streams, maybe they could be part of their guild if the streamer is making one, for example. I'm just trying to give some how things could correlate as well in here. So second part, still on this topic, on seeing opportunities, which would be check for tournaments / competitions. Gibbous, in terms of the sandbox ecosystem, what would you say regarding checking for tournaments and competitions that revolve around the sandbox ecosystem?
Yeah, definitely. I at least for what I saw, there is a competition, big competition already. Um, but probably that will grow inside the sandbox, and we will see many like not achievements, but competitive some sort of tournaments is one thing. I think, yeah, it could be like more of a community thing, like tournaments like inside the community, who is the best out of us, like um, um, that kind of thing that could streamer the streamer itself could be planning, or maybe well, I imagine like we saw a lot of streamers on other games, and there's really some nice creative things that you could think of, and I really see like inside sandbox, when we now have the multiplayer, a lot of tournaments, like, yeah, basically the players itself, like trying to, yeah, who's the fastest one, and they make their simple tournament without any like maybe a prize pool, but it's basically inside the stream. It's not like official one. So I really see that probably a lot of tournaments at the beginning will be unofficial ones, but really as close as you can get to the probably the nature of competitive gameplay. I don't know, but friendly
Mm-hmm.
competitive gameplay. Yeah.
Hmm.
um, yeah,
Okay.
that's the first thing that came to mind. Yeah.
Okay, that is also some good insights, I would say. So I just want to add up in top of everything you just said. So in terms of checking for tournaments and competitions, there's also friendly competitions and tournaments, like you were saying, especially for game devs that, like ourselves, we do sometimes put out some competitive things, like we did for the Fun Fact Geology Quest. That was some sort of friendly, competitive as well. It was not that highly competitive setup. It was more like kind of relaxed because it was based off something cool, which is the Fun Fest, which is also, it has an educational aspect of it. And we decided, like, yeah, you know what? Let's turn into this a friendly competition. It's not something that we wanted to be like people to go super hard on it. And it's not they were like reviewing all the past 6 months of streams just to listen to all the fun facts to be the better ranked on it. So I think that would fall into that category as well. But okay, another thing I wanted to also, and I think we can get ourselves the first lucky miner of the day while we do this. So in terms of finding the tournaments and competitions, I just want to set out like alpha seasons. That is also a great chance to get that play to earn. It's the sandbox own seasons that they're doing, some sort of way to also show creators like things could be done in terms of the ecosystem. And that is one big opportunity. You know that we have been given from alpha season 1. There was a, I think on alpha season, how much was it on alpha season 1? Was it 5,000 sand prize pool? No. Kind of torn right now on how much, but I believe it was 5,000. On the second one, it was 1,000. On the third, it was also 1,000, not 1,000. It was 500. So kind of decreasing. But if you look back into retrospective, there's already those competitive play to earn challenges that the sandbox did. Now, if you're paying attention to the sandbox ecosystem, there's also these mini seasons that almost every experience there's like a dedicated prize pool. Some of them you need a gated NFT to access that experience, and some others are just free to play. So you just accessed it, you have to complete these number of quests, and then you are eligible to be part of this prize pool that will be raffled and distributed. And we've been able to see on Twitter, on the posts, the amount of rewards and claims that are getting distributed to the players after they have played on these seasons as well. So slowly, bit by bit, you can accumulate your sand by doing these type of events. And if you do participate regularly on all the events that are out there, you'll be seeing your wallet address growing in sand from time to time, getting those rewards filled in, and you'll see going from 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 200, and it will keep increasing over time because you're participating in all of it. Now, those are for the official sandbox events. There's also plenty of user-generated contests as well, which I can remember on the top of my head. One is which is happening right now, which is from Geekish. It's from the Riddlers, and there's a prize pool of $15,000, and that one is a creator that is running their own contests, and they have a massive prize pool as well. So if you scout, what I want to say with this is not to promote Geekish only just because of the sake. It's just to say, as an example of things that are happening parallel to the official sandbox competitions, there's also other competitions from other creators that are actively happening every week, every day. So yeah, and this is to go to check for tournaments / competitions. So if you're active in this space, and this is why being part of the community is also so important, because if you're alone out there trying to search everything, you might miss some very good opportunities that are happening. But if you're actually part of a community that you not only get news from yourself, but there's also an active sharing from the other players from the community that tell you like, hey, you know what? This is also happening now. And you're like, okay, I did not know it. Let's check it. Let's see what's happening there. And you get access to more things that are happening that you might not be able to get it or reach by yourself if you were doing it alone. And I just wanted to see, I've got some comments, not to forget them because I'm seeing it, which was just not to break the chain of thought. And while we do that, Gibesh, let's spin it. And from what I'm seeing here, is it for Pickaxe owners, this one?
Yes, it is. Yep.
Yes, it is. So let's raffle and good luck, everyone. Let's do this. And as well, Andrea Vendram, welcome to the chat and welcome to the Pickaxe Master. We've got Julio SE in the house as well. Welcome, friend. How you doing today? Go West is saying that he's getting his computer. I bought some hardware this weekend so I can stream my console and play soon. That is very good. What you're gonna stream is asking Mr. Furious X. Thinking Portal 2, never played it, and copied in my house. Also, it's possible to stream on the PlayStation 3, which will be kind of cool to have those implementations with Discord, Sandbox, as we know there's on the roadmap of being part of the PlayStation, mobile, Xbox. It will be kind of cool to see that happening. We got ourselves the first winner, which is the Sugar Cubes. Congratulations. Namastekis, welcome to the Pickaxe Master. How you doing today? Hope that you have some luck and some fun here with us. So the Sugar Cubes, you just got yourself one pickaxe. Let us know if you are around here. And here we go. We've got Sugar Cubes in half. Oh, yeah, that one. Did Ivas, you want? Yeah, let's show what we got here for extra luck. This is something we posted on the Twitter, which is we will be collecting the collection. We'll be collecting for the Pickaxe Master collection. This is kind of redundant, saying it 2 times. But we'll be collecting all the lucky amulets or lucky artifacts from the sandbox. And of course, we got ourselves a lucky Care Bear, and we got as well a lucky Wheezy hat from Alex Kamisaze from the Wheezies. So it kind of feels, I do feel like with this setup, I feel like, yeah, we're getting ready from some real luck out
Yeah,
there.
we have that quantum physics edge, like just a little bit of luck in quantum physics can go a long way.
I think yeah. And are the ears stepping out of the hat?
It is.
Can you zoom it? Oh, that is so cute. Yes, Mr. Furious X, we got the lucky hat. We actually saw someone that was selling for a reasonable price. I was like, you know what? Our miners deserve to have these lucky hats as well included during the streams for, hey, extra superstition. Oh, Andrea, how you doing? You're Super Risk. All right, so big shout out here to Super Risk that is doing a very, very cool project. And thank you for sending the poison extractor as well. I just came back today. It's Monday, starting the day. I have not replied to multiple DMs that I still have unanswered. But I want to thank you for that poison extractor. And let me see. Can you share your Twitter page, Andrea, so that everyone can also check the project you're doing?
In Sugar Cubes, what are we mining?
The important question.
No worry, Sugar Cubes.
And go as saying that I bought the Smurf Lucky Clover NFT way back and was a lucky one to win the Papa Smurf NFT. Hey, congratulations.
So we will be mining 5 stone blocks.
So everyone that's watching this stream, please type in the chat, good luck, as we want the Sugar Cubes to be the most lucky miner as it could be. So let's get it going and make these lucky energy going around. It'll be your turn, and we all want everyone to be lucky, basically. All right. Welcome, Fred and Fred. How are you doing today? We've got educational sand. All right.
Stone.
And thank you for dropping by, Andrea. Well, if it's your first time, then you just joined in at the right timing, because we're discussing a little bit of some tips regarding player on how to integrate in the sandbox ecosystem. And you just joined in to the moment that we're actually getting to mine in the Misty Mountain. So let's see how it goes today. And this is the first of many to be done today. Let's
Hmm.
give now a focus on here. So we got 3. We're getting these chances a bit narrowed down, or like Gibas is always saying, we're brewing for something bigger. Okay, let me take note on what is just happening right now. Silver pickaxe. And this is stone. And it's for sugar cubes.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
Drop
come
some.
on. I think this hat is still getting used to be worn.
It's accumulating luck, like, and
No, the tip of the pickaxe just broke. Ah, no luck today. The sugar cubes, we're sorry for that. There was no luck today. Next one will be better, and keep filling up that farm and keep trying. It eventually will come back again. Hell yeah. The sugar cube is saying that I just filled up the hat for the others. I also believe in that. So let's keep it doing. So continuing on what we were discussing about the player tips, and we're talking about check for tournaments and competitions that are out there. So that would be one which also being part of a community is also very important, which will make your access information in a much easier way. So you will actually know more things that are happening if you're actively part of a community. So information will reach easier to you as well. And there's plenty of competitions out there. For example, here at the Pickaxe Master, we stream 3 days per week and we give out sand every stream. I would include that into that category. So you're trying to get the most sand as possible within the sandbox ecosystem, right, Givesh? So
yep.
in terms of scouting for this also goes into see the opportunities that are available. So there's plenty of competitions that are always up. There's like I remember from example Vox Machina game, there was like this racing game competition. I do remember now Geekish has done actually quite some riddles as well, type of tournaments. And I just want to, because this is still very early, there's not that many tools available, so it's kind of starting and picking it up. I'm also remembering Sand and No Sand show from Game DZ on Sandstorm. That's another one. And again, we have the Pickaxe Master here with the Lucky Miner too. So there's some sort of places you would go. Need speedrunning game? Yes, I was trying. Mr. Furious X. I was seeing that game. I was remembering everyone playing that game, but I was not so remembering that one. So meet speedrunning as well. Actually, let's do like this. If you remember games that were made from the community that also had tournaments as well, type it in here so we can already see a list of all the things that happened made from the community in terms of competitions, in terms of tournaments that were out there. And if you were part of the ecosystem and you know that these things were happening, you could have participated. Again, the Diamond Ducks Dash, I think that's the word, DDD contest. That was done by Roxy Miguel and Fred and Ferd not long time ago as well, like it was 2 weeks or last week. So we can see how there's always things happening. And Roxy Miguel, buenos dias, how you doing? Form compiled and completed. All right. Ian, the IT guy, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? So that's the things. There's always competitions happening. And just out of in 5 minutes, we just did like 5 different competitions that happened. So being part of a community and being actively engaging with it, it will increase your chances to know every time that this is happening and these type of competitions and tournaments are happening. And by having the knowledge that they're happening, it enables you to participate in more than probably the average user that only follows the sandbox and only does the official play to earn sandbox quests and missions. Being know all of this, it will increase your chances to actually get access to more tournaments as well. So again, going back now to, hey Sonar, how you doing?
He's good. Want some attention.
Yeah, I see those kisses. He always like, yeah. So, for example, streaming, we have now realized that there's more content happening. Not only the official sandbox, but also user generated content. So, in my perspective, what I'm seeing here is that for players, streamers, there's added content out there that might not be used into its entirely. So, what I want to say is that there's official content, and usually streamers go for that official content. But there's also user generated content, contests and competitions that might not get that much attention from the player streamers. But there's other prize pools, not that bigger, but hey, if you're trying to look into every opportunity, you do want to participate in every chance that you get. And while doing it, so it is also content. If you are streaming, it's also content you could be generating for your community as well. So again, while you're playing and trying to rank up, not only in the official sandbox, but in all of this user content competitions, there's more content you could be streaming to your own community as well, which again would generate more players as well playing the games, that in the end bringing more players into the, and engaging with more people to play that game ultimately will bring in a ecosystem that has more active players, and by having more active players, developers will find themselves with more tools to keep doing more type of competitions, and maybe with bigger prize pools as well. This is kind of a revolving door. It spins around itself. So the more the game is played, the more there are active players, the more tools will have game devs to keep doing those type of events. So it kind of feels both. Go West, thank you for hopping by, and yourself have a good run as well. Thank you for being here. And Andrea as well, thank you for being here, and see you soon. We'll catch up in the DMs. All right, so that would be again the second one, which would be play and stream them all. So find all of these opportunities, try to participate on them all, and play and stream them. If you're finding also not only on playing, but also sharing tutorials and information about the events that they're happening. And we would see that happening a lot on the GMA show, which is the official sandbox. There's official sandbox competitions, and on the GMA show, they will be playing those games, they will be explaining how to play those games, and they will be providing information for also you to participate on those games. So they will also be making sure that you have all the information you need to engage and participate within that competition, which you'll probably feel stimulated and motivated to also like, hey, I really like what they're saying. They're giving all the information, so all I have to do is go into that experience, press play, and complete this. So there's some value added into that, which is the information you're also sharing. For example, I could imagine, I remember from streamers around the sandbox that were more actively dedicated to playing, I would remember, for example, Coda, when it was the Vox Machine game jam, and they were doing this competition. I remember Coda Gaming, he was playing every day, and it was so fun just to watch him play that myself, even with very limited free time, that 15-20 minutes I have free, I was like, man, you know what, I want to try that game because it looks so mad fun, just because Coda was playing it. And this is how, you don't know, but it actually serves as an inspiration to other players. You look in someone just to having so much fun playing that game, or even going that competitive, it actually want to do that. And just to give some sort of reference as well, V's Fruit game, I was thinking on the Dookie Dash from the Yuga Labs board ape that is getting also a lot of attention from streamers. There's a lot of people playing and sharing their gameplay because, hey, it's a competition. They want to see if they can learn more trips, if they can learn more tricks on how to get a better ranking as well. It's the same type of setup. Okay, going again into the next, which would be So we talked about later on forming a guild slash alliance, which could be also a good platform for you to get your own community that you would be able to trade and share ideas with, which could also include tips and tricks on how to become better. And now I was trying to see what could be, for example, if you have your own guilds and you organize your own guilds to participate on of all of these play to earn challenges, but collectively. So we could get to a place like there's 5 challenges happening at the same time. But you, as an individual, you don't have time to be good at those 5 challenges. But if you're part of a community, maybe you go like, hey, you know what? You're going to play in that game. You're going to try to rank up in first place in that one. You're going to try to rank up in that first place in that one. So everyone, as a guild, you'll be playing on separate games and trying to get the first prizes on each. And depending on the type of agreement that they have with each other, the type of structure that they have as a gaming guild, they could be like, hey, we're going to be out there as much as possible. We're going to gather all the prize pool that we can gather, and then we're going to distribute by any forms or means, depending of what the guild structure might be. So that could also be a potential earning right there. So you could be earning from your own success, and you could also be earning from alliance from your team members that are also getting success as well. And it would be some sort of supporting each other, because on today I might rank up on first place and I will be giving the most sand to all my teammates, but I could have a terrible month the next one and I would be ranking on fifth, but I would still have a stable sand income because my team members on that month got into first and I got that prize from them as well. So there's many things that will be happening in the future, I would say. In terms of guilds, play to earn environment, I think there's a lot of things to be there. And Gibesh, I think you're going to love this next one, which I do have in here. And some of you might be surprised with this idea I'm about to give out, which I believe it will be a future job in the metaverse, especially in the sandbox. I'm pretty sure, because in the Pickaxe Master, we'll be looking down for that job in the future. I'm pretty sure especially when we get to have the PvP components, when we get the alliance versus alliance or guild versus guild, clan versus clan, esports, tournaments, this is going to be something. In-game referees.
Yeah, that's all not new thing, but I think that will probably be needed or be fun. Will be fun.
You have an experience. Everyone could be competing on that experience. But how do you make sure that, for example, you have a logic and the logic could be broken? How do you ensure that you're having a play to earn environment and that logic is not getting rigged for the benefit of any player? You could state in your rules and guidelines of the competition you're running that, hey, there's going to be a referee, there's going to be these dates to participate in the event, and you must follow the directions of the referee. And if the referee caught you doing some shady stuff, you'll be disqualified. So you already know, like, okay, I know that I'm online. I know that I could rig, because it's easy to rig this game. You just have to go there and press some buttons and whatever, or just try to do things on that direction. But hey, there's an in-game referee. So maybe I'm not going to do that because he's watching, he's seeing this happening, and you could get disqualified. So that way you could ensure that the game is being played as the developers want it to.
Well, actually, what thing I'm thinking, if I would be a referee, I would try to make a artificial intelligence detecting system. I leave my computer on, it sees the screen, and it basically, I think it's possible to make it 99.99% of the success rate. But of course, it will take some development, and at the first, it won't be automated. But later on, I think it will be. It's a lot of that might be changing quite fast now.
It is true, but at least for the time being, maybe AI can help us. But from the point of view that I'm thinking on, I'm actually thinking for Game Maker. I'm thinking for the sandbox ecosystem.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it might be quite hard because you, as a visual player, imagine that your players that are going to a map that's inside, and you do not have access to view all of it. For example, that could become tricky. For example, if you're not actively seeing all the players. So this just to say why or what you're playing this game, for example, and this game you're really good at, and there might be in the future a need to get referees. And since you understand the game so good, there's a good chance that you become a referee of that game as well because you understand everything that is supposed how to happen within the game. And Gibbs, I
Uh,
see that you want to
I
share
just thought
something.
on I just thought on idea.
Yeah.
In Sandbox we will have media display or
Yes.
media streaming, and basically you create a virtual machine, log in, go to some sort of corner, and you use that as a camera. So you set your stream as a
Hmm.
as a display in
Security camera.
a security camera. Yeah, security bots like in
Okay.
security virtual machines. So yeah, it's just a simple,
Carry on,
just a
carry on.
thought.
I'm liking that idea.
No, no,
That sounds cool.
it ends there. I think it's not that hard to do when we
Hmm.
will have the media streaming. I think we don't have at the current moment. At least
Hmm.
I did not found it. Um, but but yeah, I think that will be. I'm
Though
very eager for that time. Yeah.
I can imagine, for example, now that you said it, I can imagine like having these referee as well. That is just someone that's staring, that's sharing their screen. And for example, being at this specific place, for example, a racetrack, I could imagine this on a race game. And there's like the race all happening, and there's someone just going over the top in a place that they can see from above, and they could be streaming that for Twitch. It could be, for example, even inside the same experience that they're running. There could be, for
Hmm.
example, a buffer area. There's like a social hub, and people could be looking at that screen and all together just watching that race, for example. Kind of reminds of those Zed Run, for example, the racing horse type of event. I'm not sure if you're all familiar with Zed Run, which is a crypto type of game which involves horse breeding and then racing or betting, etc. So there's also going to create all of these type of new environments, and I do believe that in-game referees in the sandbox will be a thing. It will be, I wouldn't say a common job, but it will become an extra income for some players as well. I would not doubt that to happen, and at least at the Pickaxe Master, that's something I would not be surprised if it happens, because we do want very much to actively get into the fantasy leaderboards, which also will promote esports. So we want that to happen very much. And as you know, we're already doing play to earn mining leagues that we have to fill them out manually. It does take a lot of work, but hey, we're doing the work because we want to make it happen. So if there's some also manual labor, which includes uh, digital referees, metaverse referees to make this happen, I will not see that being the reason why we should not run these type of events. Because hey, all it takes is to have one or two people inside the experience to make sure that everyone is playing the experience as it's supposed. And if that's a possibility to make that structure to happen, then yes, I can see that being or having a lot of success also in the future. So this to say what? As a player. So if you are a player and you get really good at this game, and there's also some openings for referee or moderating that type of tournament or that type of competition, there could also be an opportunity right there for you as a player to be getting some extra income in the play to earn environment as well. That's how I wanted to make these parallel into
Hmm.
what we were discussing before. PG, Metaverse thing, so far, I can only do Twitter contests. Well, there's going to be all types of contests, I'm pretty sure. And let
Let's
me
shuffle
check.
before the next one.
Oh, yeah, let's shuffle. I'm sorry. I'm
Shuffle
just
and
going
raffle. No, no, all
going
good,
full
all
speed
good.
here. And welcome, VFox. How you doing?
So this is for general. So
Okay.
everyone should be in this wheel.
And Roxy Miguel, if you get Pizza Hut to sponsor the sandbox, that would be crazy because you're doing your job, man. You're promoting the shell out of that. So
Turbo Modex, are you here in the chat?
congratulations. Let's see if we can get Turbo Modex here. And I've just checked. Oh, here we
he's
go.
here.
Congratulations.
Right. Just let me check.
And Turbo Modex, let us know what type of blocks you want to mine. I'm going to type in here blocks so you can know the different type of blocks. Finally, yes. I do believe that Turbo Modex does own a gold or a silver pickaxe, if I'm not mistaken. It doesn't?
I just checked and didn't find it, but let me double check it. Maybe, yeah, this is right.
It does seem like it.
And I was unable to find it on OpenSea.
No, you are correct. Okay, Turbo Modex, as you don't own a pickaxe NFT, we will have to give you one. So we're going to put up between 1 and 2, being 1 an iron pickaxe and being the 2 a silver pickaxe. So good luck and let's spin the wheel. And Turbo Modex has already chosen stone. Okay, let me take note on that one. Stone for Turbo Modex. And come on, let's go. Moving to the next one. Do it. Do it.
Oh, it is.
Yes. Nice. All right, we got a silver pickaxe. So we have been chosen with stone blocks. So we know that's 5. That's, by the way, you have to take the Wheel of Fortune.
Ooh, thank you.
And we're going to mine stone. So everyone that's watching this stream, please type in good luck in the chat as we want Turbo Modex to get the most luck out of here in the Misty Mountain. And while we do mine, I just got a ping from the sandbox, which probably all of you also have, which is the first metaverse land sale of 2023. So raffle sign up starts tomorrow.
All right.
So this is pretty cool. I'm going to share here, which is a link to register. Land sale. And the Voxel Madness land sale. We've got Invisible, Hermit Crab, Game Studio. Let's see also. Oh, Habbo, Dungeon Siege. Okay, actually, let me try to see if there's. So the raffle results will come in the 21st of February. Then there's going to be, land sale for Allo List users. There's going to be Allo Lists. And there's going to be the last chance. Okay, actually, it's going to be the last one. So it's 385 regular lands, 45 premium lands, 12 estates auctioned, and 34 one-by-one land auctions. And let's check into the IPs that will be joining into the sandbox ecosystem. We've got Invisible, we've got Dungeon Siege, which will be, it seems like, learning best practice for constructing your own dungeon crawler. All right. There's going to be Habbo, which is already the Habbo Hotel. I do remember this. So Ledger, it's also going to be part of the land sale. Cut the Rope, which is a mobile game. Mad Balls. Voxies is also going to join. Dogami. Playground Studios. Hermit Crab Game Studios. Alien Worlds. Tap Nation. Congregates. All right. And these are the new partners that's going to be part of the newest land sale. Let's check on the sandbox
That's quite
map.
a lot.
Yeah, there's quite a lot. I'm curious, like, where this is going to actually happen on the map itself. So I'm just going to take a peek here into this. Take a peek into the sandbox website. not financial advice, but if you have to unstake to have enough to sign up, I would say wait until closer to the raffle ends. So that means if you hold up your coins until the 21st, probably there's 1 week of staking that you could be earning before you actually take it out. So educational stone, how much have we mined already?
I think this is the last one.
And no prize yet?
No.
Oh, come on,
Is it
Lucky
the
Hat.
hat?
Yeah, come on, Lucky Hat. I don't get you. Or even you're getting like some superpower there, or I don't understand.
Maybe it's unlucky lug hat?
No.
I don't know.
Oh. But it went
It's
down there.
spammed somewhere.
It's
Yeah.
spammed. Okay,
No,
let's look into the
educational.
map. Educational. Ah, come on. First time Turbomodex get to mine in the stream and there's no prize at all. Kind of feel bad, but Turbomodex, this is what RNG is. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. And keep trying. Next time, we hope that it will be better. And just set yourself a reminder so you don't forget, says Huddlehill. Yep. Last you try saying, I think that hat is not so lucky. And the Yokozanya is saying, used up all the luck in getting that hat. Nah, I do not believe that. I think that the luck is still to come.
No. I wanted to get there.
Okay, finally got it open. Let's see where the land sale will happen.
Just yesterday, I was just looking. Was just connected to the central land, and looked at the map, and it's actually small compared, I think, to the sandbox.
It is.
Yeah.
It
really
actually
looked
is.
like.
Starting with the size of the land itself, which is actually way, way, way smaller. Voxel Madness. I'm trying to see here. Where is it going to happen? And I don't seem to see it. Have you guys found it in the sandbox map? Where is it? Nope, it does not seem in this corner. Let's check for the other corner. Also not here. In the middle of the map. Oh, I can see it. Vox is here. Okay. So it should be around. If Vox is here, then this is going to happen near Ubisoft. Hey, which seems like a great location, by the way. It's between two 24 by 24 estates, the Game 5 Ventures, the Ubisoft. And since I see here the 6 by 6 Vox's estate, I would say, let me try to look into the map, into the post. Okay, just to look at the map again. I'm pretty sure that it will be around here. Where you at? Map, where you at? Okay, here it is. So this is the Voxies. And the Voxies will be pretty much like this limit from here. Oh yeah, this is going to link those two. The upper side of the map.
Yeah, we can see the map, but I don't know if unless maybe Bruno shared his screen.
Let me see here. If I can do this.
Probably you would need to do it through Video Ninja, or through Stream.
I could share here. Yeah, I could share here just really fast. So I'm going to share this one. So probably you're seeing it. Okay, perfect. Let's do it like this. So as you can see here, you've got the Voxies and there's the sandbox. This is supposed to be the ledger from actually what I've seen here. Let me try to change into this one. Yep. So as you can see here, the Voxel Madness land sale, there's the Voxies, and then there's this one to your right, which is a sandbox estate. It's going to be Ledger. Then it's Invincible. So by watching Voxies over there, it's going to be quite easy to... let me see if I can share another one. No, I have to stop. Then I have to share again. So now that we saw that one, we can go back in here to the map. And as you can see, there's sandbox, there's the Voxies. So this is going to be pretty much the limit, and it's going to connect all these plays, it seems. So here's going to be a 6x6 estate. There's going to be more stuff in here. So yeah, that's pretty much where the land sale will happen. And okay. Oop, not this one. This one. All right, perfect. We're back. Oh,
Yeah,
we clicked on the same time. So that's going to be the location, at least it seems, from the Voxies that has already been presented and it's already live. That would be our wild guess. Okay, more things. We've got some more raffles to do, but we've talked about opportunities, tips, and tricks on how to become a successful player. So let's try to make a summarize of everything we discussed. Gibbous.
all right.
I think we're not trying to invent the wheel. We're not trying to see like, if you follow this, you're going to be a super successful. We're just trying to, from all the information we gathered there and from what we've also seen happening on the sandbox, these seem some good tips and tricks on how to become a successful player in the sandbox. Having in consideration the play to earn and play to own aspect of it, and having in consideration also the fun success of the game. So just to make a quick recap, identify the genre you're most familiar with or that you enjoy the most playing. That will be very good. If you like shooting games and you're good at shooting games, for example, I'm bad at shooting games. If I wanted to get into a more competitive play-to-earn environment, probably that's going to be the least one I'll start with. Or parkour, the same. I'll start with something that's more RPG related, which I'm good and I do enjoy and have fun with. Maybe some racing in terms of not parkour racing, but just general racing. It could also be fun, depending. For example, I remember playing some couple of games, or PvP, for example, Super Smash Brothers, or something like that. I would also enjoy that.
I just thought that, sometimes it happens that when you have already some sort of community that you're into, and maybe they start to play a different game. So sometimes the fun factor is also coming from the community. So at least what I would suggest, just to in short, for the first first section that made it short, is to know yourself, what kind of games you enjoy. Probably then you could not spend so much time trying things that you don't enjoy. But I see that for me, it's about a lot about community, because games evolve and they move, and yeah.
It's
Um,
nothing like playing with your friends. There, I'm
yeah,
pretty sure.
I think, yeah, even if it's so fun, it's not always so fun to play alone. So mm, finding a
Yep.
game that you enjoy is definitely one of the best thing that you could make in first step. But I would consider the community the second thing, a bit more important. At least to have the community that you're fun with, like that it's fun. You Because I think even if you don't enjoy shooter games, but with right friends, you would enjoy it to the max, I think. So, but I'm not, I don't know. At least for me, I felt like um, I don't care what kind of game it is. If I see a lot of people, I just go in.
Yep. I'll totally agree with you. I think that playing with your friends, and it does not matter the type of game you're playing, it just make it fun. So, yeah. I would go with that. And PG, thank you for hopping by, and see you on the next one as well. So, identifying your game, one of the most important things, as you'll be spending a lot of time playing your game. Then, going forward to that, it would be uh, get to know the community that's part of those games you are wanting to play. See what opportunities that they're around, if they're making active competitions, if there are tournaments, and how to participate in those. If there's some guild system within that game, the games you're following and wanting to play, and if there's extra content regarding that, if there's NFT integration, if there's gated access to private events as well, and see everything, all of that, see all the opportunities that revolve those games that you're watching and scouting to play. Then again, it could be from forming your own guild alliance that could bring some value in terms of having a, a closer player base with you, that we would share tricks and tips, that you could do several things that we discussed before. For example, having some sort of revenue share within the clan system as well. There could be tips and tricks on how to get things done better, faster. Uh, there's many things that you could do. Imagine this as some sort of alpha group, like you share those things that no one know, and you get to be ahead of everyone because you just got it. Now, stream regularly, share tutorials. That could be an extra as well from gaming, because since you're already gaming, you could be streaming while you're playing, and you could create some extra value out of that from you as a player. In terms of, if you think into looking to play to earn perspective, and you're trying to get the most results out of it, these could be also some sort of extra income that could be complementing from that as well. Again, check for tournaments, competitions. That could be at this stage. Is not that you can just focus on one game and there's plenty of content for you just be playing that game. I think we have not reached that plateau yet. It's still too early, too under development, to everything. So probably at this stage you can pretty much I think at this stage there's enough content and time for you to participate in all the challenges and tournaments and competitions that are around. I would believe that there's still room to be present in everywhere. It will be different in the future as we get closer to have 200. I can imagine this year is supposed to have the map open. So game creators, we're going to have their lands, their games published on their lands permanently. So there's going to have 200, 300, 400, 500 experiences live at the same time. And with that, there's going to be competitions around those experiences. I could imagine that happening. And when that happens, it's going to be much, much more difficult to understand, okay, I cannot play, I don't have time to play 500 experiences. I will have to dedicate myself to the ones I enjoy the most, or the ones that have most prize pools, or the ones that I'm the best. It could be even that, like that. Like, hey, I don't enjoy this game as much. They don't have they don't have the biggest prize pools, but I don't know why I'm the best player there, and I have the top one guaranteed all the time. So that could also be another thing. The ones you're actually good at, the ones that have good prize pools, and the ones that have regular tournaments. So that will be in the future, not at this stage. So try to get to know everything. And in the future, yeah, try to segment yourself into the ones that you're good at, or the ones you like the most. Stream, play and stream them all. These would be a great tip. Since you're already playing it, streaming while you're doing it will grow your community, especially if you're forming a guild, if you're trying to get more people involved with you, and you're trying to strengthen your position as a gamer. So you want to trick, like Gibas was saying, some people will take this as a profession, will take this professionally as work. And if you intend to do like that, you want to get yourself with the best tools and resources to be as successful as you can be. And forming your own guild. Actually, I want to say create your own guild and form, in terms of information, your own guildmates as well will also be very valuable. Now, you can also use a guild later on to rank up collectively. Could be from tricks and tips sharing. It could be from the suggestion or example we did, which could be, okay, you go play that game. You're good at this. You're good at shooting games. You go play those 3 games. I'm good at RPG. I'm going to play these 3 games. You're good at speedrun. You're good at parkour. You'll go play these 3 games, and then hey, then this guild slash alliance is participating in 10 or 20 different type of contents, and they might get just to this alliance prize pool like a very good a very big prize pool into that. So that's what I wanted to share with you, these insights. And then again, of course, later on there will be referees. You as a player, if you're good in a game, there's a high chance that you'll get invited to become a referee. These will be for sure a profession in the future in the metaverse. And welcome, One Box. How you doing today? Welcome to the game. Welcome to the game. Welcome to the stream and to the game as well. And Givaj, we're going to raffle now a pickaxe for
Pickaxe owners.
Pickaxe owners. All right, let's do this. We've got the sugar cubes. Did not win anything. We've got Turbo Modex. It did not win anything as well. Are we saving all the luck for this last one? I sure hope so, because I would hate to have a stream without a single prize. That would be actually the first time it would happen ever since we have started to stream. And on the day that we got ourselves a lucky hat. How ironic.
So One Boxed, I think, will be soon in the list, but currently I don't see him. So let's just wait a second. Not a second, but a bit.
Just a little bit. By the way, we did not do the timer yet.
Yeah, with the timer, it's a few ways that we could do that. Not on the wheel. Mr. Furious X. Let me double check. So in the Pickaxe owners list, I see 17 answers. Oh, I see One Boxed appeared.
And Huddle Hill just filled it up too.
In the general.
Okay. So I would say we are ready to roll.
Okay, and Huddle Hill also filled the general one, but we are spinning for the Pickaxe owners.
Yes. Always, once you join, always fill it up that fast so you don't miss any of those while you're watching, and you don't have to stress it because you only have to fill it once.
Regarding Mr. Furious X, I think he did not answer or fill the form in the Pickaxe owners. At least I am unable to see him on that list, but I am able to see him on the general one.
I do think that Mr. Furious X do own a pickaxe. Oh, no, actually, oh, okay. Maybe it does own, but okay, Mr. Furious X, we do use Collab Land in the Discord server for you to get access to that private form, which is only for Pickaxe owners. You do need to verify your wallet in order to get access to those private channels. And before every stream, we post a new form in there that only members with those roles will have access. You have one, but you do not have access to the private channel. So make sure you use Collab Land to connect your wallet, and then you have access to this form as well. Well, I would say that we are ready to raffle. Yes. Mosquito, the wooden pickaxe for now does not count. In the future, there will be a beginner's mining tier. and that will happen when we got to deliver the game live. But for now, no. In the future, yes, and also remind that you'll be able to upgrade your pickaxe in the future whenever crafting is a possibility too. Sugar Cubes seems to be lucky today, but you have already been
Indeed.
chosen. You cannot win 2 times, so re-raffle. Let's do it again. Also, this week, I would be very happy if I got to finish the Underground Master video, which is looking damn good, I have to say. Really, really cool stuff. See, 6 weeks in the time lapse. Oh wow, this is weird.
Yeah.
Again, the sugar cubes.
Like the luck. And I did shuffle before, and
Where's Icon
wow.
Art? Where's Ice Palettes? Just to give that rigged feeling. Rigged. What's happening? And also, speaking, we're talking about contests, and right now there's a challenge that One Box is doing, which is the Impossible Challenge Pack a Death Run Edition. I'm not familiar with the prizes that are involved, but yep, that's why I was talking right now. Because you just sent me the link. I was looking at it. It's like, yeah, this is all part of what we're discussing of identifying the opportunities that exist in the sandbox ecosystem and trying to compete and complete them all. So you get the most prizes that are available throughout from official, user content generated. There's a lot of things happening at the same time. And we got Noble RK as the next lucky miner. Here we go. We do have him in the chat, which is very good. Thank you for being here. And let's do this. You got yourself a golden pickaxe, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And hey, Noble, I would say that you have gathered all the luck from this stream because no one has won anything yet. So I would say that you're getting all the prizes today. What do you want to mine today? What type of blocks do you want us to break for you and see what's inside?
Gravel. All right.
All right, let's go with gravel. Everyone, please type in good luck. We have not been typing hard enough. The luck is not being felt today. So please do type in capital letters, a lot of emojis. I don't know. We have to make sure that this message will get to the Mr. Mountain and we get Novel RK, one lucky miner today. And I'm just going to spend all my attention to what you're doing right now, Gibish. I'm like, come on, bring those prizes. We got the educational gravel. And thank you for all those good luck messages. That makes my heart happy. And I hope that it also makes the Misty Mountain happy. And also makes Noble RK a happy miner. Come on, you gravel. Another educational gravel. What's happening? Is it, well, if there are some streams that we get diamonds, we get rubies, we get all of those prizes and perks, and it's just like, woohoo, all going like super good, I would not be surprised that could also happen, some prizes not having that much prizes, but goddamn, it hurts to see. Okay. I was really expecting that one to be a prize.
I'm also expecting a drop from anytime. Like,
Statistically speaking, we should be okay. We need to check down there also to see like if there's anything weird going on.
Let's check.
Or it's
Though,
just a terrible bad luck today.
yeah, but I don't think that somehow something changed. No, I think it's all good.
Can you go closer, please? Just make sure we are not getting any message there. Just go a little bit closer, please.
Oh, this is gravel.
Mm-hmm. No, a bit closer because I want to check something. Okay, can you go even closer to the first one and just look at the ground? Okay. No, I do not see anything. Well, everything seems to be working well. So kind of weird what is happening. It's just bad luck. All right. Now, giving again a bit of some feedback and recap of what we were doing last Friday, which I have to thank everyone for being there. You made the experience being a success. Although things did not work as we wanted to, we learned a lot during those experimentations, and it was all thanks to you.
Oh, silver ore.
Yes! Here we go, finally. Okay. Damn, I got okay, we're mining with the gold pickaxe. We're mining gravel. This is for Noble RK. Just let me take notes on this real quick. Noble RK, and we just got ourselves a silver ore. Okay, at least we will not go empty-handed from today. Friday, thank you for being there. You made those tests being a success. Although we did not get what the results we were looking for, we did learn a lot from yesterday, and we took a lot of conclusions that made us that with that we got able to keep progressing into that multiplayer logic. So next Friday there will be more tests for all of us to do together and learn and try to take more conclusions with it. Having that said, we'll be posting more of that content often, which will be some live update tutorials on what we're doing, as it's also a way for us to contribute back with knowledge to the community of builders that revolve around the sandbox. Also, another thing we'll be doing and setting up, and this is pretty much the inception of it, which is the Pickaxe Master as a gaming studio. It will have some sort of leg, which outside of just pure gaming, which will be about building. So if you're a creator yourself, or if you're part of a studio, or if you're just in part of a brand IP, or you're new to the sandbox and you want to build your experience, you don't know how, so we're going to have here at the Pickaxe Master, let's call it a division of the game studio that will be dedicated only to logic building and logic reviewing. So that means that if you have a game that you want to have your logic reviewed, or if you want us to build your logic, and you saw what are our capabilities, what are our skills in terms of logic building, you will be able to get all of that knowledge and all of those skills. So basically what we're trying to say is that we're open for commissions dedicated more to logic building. So we want to focus especially on that. So if you do want to have your logic with complex stuff that you think are not possible, well, impossible is kind of a tricky word for us. It's not worked that good until now. So we want to keep bringing that that factor into play, which is always developing high-end type of logics. And if you do want to have one of those in your game, you know now that we are open for commissions for logic building, reviewing, and testing. Let us know. You can find us pretty much in Twitter, Discord, Twitch, YouTube. We're out there in every channel or format. So just send us a DM and we can discuss and talk about it. So just letting you know, we'll be putting up more content regarding Game Maker updates in terms of what we're building, what we're developing, and also some tutorials to give back this information to you. Now, we're about 15 minutes left to close the stream. So, Gibash, do you have any suggestions, ideas, things you would like us to think about, talk about, do about, discuss about?
Well, for me, I think the biggest thought that is constantly going in my head for some month is non-player players.
Non-player players.
hmm
What is a non-player player?
It's a bot.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Mm-hmm.
and I think that sophistication of those players is much further than we could think.
Hmm. But if it's skill based, how would a bot beat someone from a skill base?
Is
If
a
there's
art is art skill? Like
is what?
painting a image? Painting a image is it a skill?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I consider it is a skill. I'm
See,
not
yeah.
that. Yeah, and artificial intelligence is doing very good at it.
Okay, but imagine like this. I'm going to try to think on something. For example, that the experience which was Shadows of the High Seas. There was these sort of RNG type of traps that you have to avoid those traps, and you would get points out of those. And the more you would last in the game, the more you would rank up. But it's random. How could an AI, a bot, a non-player player, would rank up in that one, for example?
Have you seen top line Dota 2 players competing versus artificial intelligence and losing 5 times in a row?
Oh, actually, I
It
have
was a
not.
few years ago.
Okay,
So yeah,
Dota players,
Dota 2
Dota
Open
2
IE in the
versus
YouTube
Open.
2 times,
Oh,
two years
okay.
ago. Yeah.
Actually, I'm seeing it. Okay, OGs versus Open
So
IE.
what I'm thinking is what kind of games we could create for artificial intelligent players.
Huh. But hmm,
They will need entertainment too.
okay, I just opened. I've got this, and I want to check this as soon as we get this stream off because you just made me very curious to see what's happening there. Hmm. Okay, carry on.
Yeah,
Non-playing players.
so basically what I imagine is games where artificial intelligence players, let's call it silicon based life and carbon based life. And I imagine that games could have features for both. So basically, for carbon-based life,
Mm-hmm.
we would not be able to do the same things as a silicon-based life. And um, I think
Hmm.
the first who will start to think about that might be first. Yeah.
Hey, I got a great answer for you. That is something that we even discussed today. In-game referees.
Yeah.
That could solve if you have to prove yourself that you're a human somehow.
Yeah,
Then it,
but Bruno, Turing test
mm-hmm,
is a it's a really some scientists really do that, and there
mm-hmm,
is a way. And basically, at this moment, the Turing test is still possible. You still could say like see a difference that I'm alive and I'm not an artificial intelligent streamer. But there is already streamers, which is
mm-hmm.
artificial intelligence. They create the video, they create the audio, they get the feedback from the chat live.
Well, but hey, imagine this. So you're part of the esport. You're part of a team. You're part of a tournament. So you have to register yourself, correct? So
Um,
imagine, like for example, let's call it this one, the Dota 2. So you're a player, you have your nickname, and you have to register. You're already like, I know what you're going to
no,
ask,
no,
and I
no, no.
already got the
I'm
answer.
no, no. I'm really smiling at Huddle Hill's
Okay.
answer. Keep them busy playing games so they can take over. I think that's the way. That's the thought that we need to think
Keep
of.
them
Yeah,
busy. Okay.
keep them busy.
Okay, so imagine like this: you have your own nickname, and you have to register yourself into this competition. and you have to be part of an alliance. Okay, I can imagine. Okay, I'm a real person. I have my nickname, I have my account, I register all of that, and when it goes to playing, I'm going to put my bot because the bot plays better than me. I'll just be like, yep, the bot is running. I'm just sitting here, like watching my bot play for me, and someone types in, I'm like, yeah, I'm here. And goes like, yeah, I'm so fucking good. Look at me slaying everyone. Hell yeah. No hands, mother.
Um,
Something like that.
well, regarding the profit side
Yeah.
that we talked today, that is a solution. So basically, you could have a farm, thousands computers or thousands of players, which are not players. They
Hmm.
are algorithms or
Hmm.
advanced algorithms or silicon-based life. And I think thinking to the future is
Hmm.
what we should like sometimes think about. So yeah, these few months, what the idea that I'm thinking is how the transition will go when basically intellectual singularity happens. I'm sure that it's far away, um, but at least inside gaming, it's a really controlled environment. You have the rules inside the game. And
Hmm.
basically, this is the exactly thing that artificial intelligence can exploit. If you have rules,
Mm-hmm.
it loves to exploit them. It just learns them and finds, well,
It finds
uh,
loopholes that they can go around and that they can. Yeah, I can see what you're trying to say.
the other thing is that video that Bruno probably found. I did not check
Mm-hmm.
it if that's the right one, but I hope it's OpenAI. So um,
It's called
is that
OG versus OpenAI 5.
uh,
AI versus humans. TIH
probably.
champions versus bots.
Probably
So
something like
yeah.
that, yeah. But basically, the bots are capable of having much more time experiencing. So basically, they could, for example, that video that I watched regarding the Dota 2, they play one game in few seconds, though the game is taking 10 minutes. So basically, they have the advantage of our computing power to
Mm-hmm.
have more time than there's actually there is for us people.
Hmm.
Basically the speed at that they work is
Hmm.
greater by the magnitude of 1,000. So basically, if I'm able to see image every second, they are constantly seeing that same second 1,000 times. So basically milliseconds. Or yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they and basically just because I have a body and there is a lot of processes going inside my body, so a lot of intellectual or just computing power is taking care of my body.
Mm-hmm.
And the only where I am like playing it is when my body is with water, it's filled, it's happy. I'm happy, then I can play games. That those things, they do not have this kind of thing. They are
Mm-hmm.
24/7. And regarding the exploit, I think probably for game makers, it's very useful to test games with
That would be
artificial
cool to have
intelligence.
bots playing the game in terms of review. That will also be, I can imagine that being good in
Yeah,
terms of a
yeah.
feedback because you'll be able to scale alpha tests. And for example, I can imagine, like, okay, what would happen to a game economy if it was being played by 1 million players? And then you can actually make these experience through simulated AI players. You just put their profiles, like this is going to be this profile of player, this is going to be that profile of player. And just want to say also, Leslie, try, thank you for being here and see you on the next one. So you could generate all of these different type of profiles of players and just like run economy tests, and poof, you go like test it for 1 day, test it for 7 days, test it for 30, test it for
Well,
one
you
year.
you, you tested for 1 hour, but
Mm-hmm.
in game time it went like few weeks or few months. But you only
Depends.
tested in real life on
Yeah.
one hour inside a machine, like it's accelerated, it's going in there faster
Mm-hmm.
than it should in real time. Um, the other thing that I'm really thinking a lot
But
is
how do you stop it? What would be your insights to stop it? Like what could barriers, what type of security
Bruno.
measures?
I think regarding the Turing test,
Mm-hmm.
it's a hard philosophical question. Like, how do you say it that I am human? What makes me
Mm-hmm.
human? And is it the carbon?
So is it going to be, so do these play to earn type of tournaments, will they have to happen physically? Like you have to be sitting in a chair and I'm seeing my opponent there. So I know that I'm playing
Well,
versus a human.
if you
Do you
put my
think that
brain
would be,
inside a robot, I'm still a human. Okay,
no, but
so
imagine you have referees, but we've like, okay, but how can, imagine that I'm a referee inside a game, but how can I tell that player is human or that player is a robot? Maybe I cannot tell, but if you have, because we're talking about esports, we're talking about
mhm,
play to earn.
mhm, mhm.
So imagine that we're having the same play to earn environment. We're going to have the same play to earn type of contest, but it's happening physically. It's like, hey, come to Lisbon during the 9th of October to 2024, and we're going to host this amazing tournament that's going to have for the Pickaxe Master, etc., etc. And then all the contenders, they come here to Portugal. They're all there at the same time, and they're physically playing the game. Like that
Yeah,
way, as a
about the
referee,
physical way,
yeah,
regarding the physical body being
yeah.
there, the only way that I could imagine to trick us is basically if IE made a flesh-like body. All right, so
Okay,
that's
but
the only way.
that's
But
too
that's too far. That's too
too
far.
far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I'm thinking is the mouse. So basically, the mouse
Uh-huh.
could have. I saw some people making Lego with it, but basically a simple machine that could move the mouse up and down and click buttons. And it's a
Hmm.
machine which is controlled by artificial intelligence. Let's, for example,
So you could
aiming
bring like
bot.
some sort of pen that has a program that you just install that program and you're like pretending
Oh,
you're playing and
that's a
so.
whole different idea. So basically, if you can reach the PC, you could like
Hmm.
put in a program which emulates emulates everything that you're doing, but actually you're just I'm just moving mouse and keyboard. But um,
These I just want to make like these small
I think
parentheses for
the
everyone that's watching
online.
us. It's that this might sound too crazy, but eventually, further down the road, what we're discussing today, this will be actually a reality in the future, maybe in 10 years. Not, it's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen next year. But in 10 years, what we're discussing about the non-player players and their integration with play to earn environments, and as it keeps expanding and developing, in 10 years this could actually be a real issue for the whole ecosystem as well, and we might have to find different type of solutions. So
Yeah.
there might be a change as well.
Yeah. Um, and just to finish off, the thing that I'm afraid of most, that currently artificial intelligence is learning from people.
Hmm.
We do a lot of not smart things, and we are teaching that thing not to do smart things either.
So we're badly teaching AI is what you're suggesting.
I'm thinking that this technology is able to come up with its answer himself. It needs a lot of training. It needs a lot
Mm-hmm.
of data. It needs a lot of time. But putting human kind of thing in that is a shortcut. And
Hmm.
basically, I'm afraid that it might be that um, that it's not the best. Of course, it's not the best. We just started to see this technology, but I'm afraid that this is a loophole, a
Hmm.
loophole that could be not the best for us.
So this could
Um,
actually kill the play to earn.
um, well, I don't know. The problem is basically that it's online. Basically, if you want to, as you said, make it physical,
Hmm.
yeah, then we can
That would
prove that
remove.
that's yeah. But basically, it loses the metaverse, I think.
Hmm.
All
Well,
the places in one place.
we're just discussing that in terms of the play to earn, because if you're just
Yeah.
talking about social, you're just talking about some it could be even a game that does not have a competitive side, like in terms of rewards, etc. So that
Hmm.
would probably not be a problem there. I think we're going into the extreme example of
Yeah.
very competitive, highly profitable play to earn setup environment where actually creating a bot just to bypass all of that and just to get into top rankings could be reality, but that's just like
Uh,
over it's like the example that goes over to extreme just to make
but no,
also.
one thing that I heard from you, you call it a bot,
Hmm.
but bot is a quite simple thing. It's nothing new. But
It's not new.
silicon-based life. What if it's alive? What if he's able to think and create new techniques and figure out techniques? I
Well, he
think
can read
then we
data.
have some sort of. Sorry?
He could read some data like, okay, this is
Yeah.
all player behavior, and they're doing this to get these results. But yeah, they actually can get new techniques and can get a better gameplay out of games just by studying the data that is happening out there.
Definitely. Yeah.
There's
So yeah,
there's a long road still to go. And by the way, I just realized that the sandbox just went online, so I think
cool.
that this is being a really great talk as well. I'm loving all of this, and I think we should carry on with mining and just talking about gaming stuff. This is also gaming stuff, which is bots and all of that. But hey, we'll keep it going on Wednesday. We have a new stream, which will be the Lucky Miner on Wednesday, which will be focused on play to earn as usual. So I hope that you enjoyed the stream. I hope that you have an amazing week as well. And we want to wish you just all the fun that you can get playing, supporting, creating, whatever you want to do. As long as it keeps your heart vibrant and happy, just go with it. And Gibas, you want to say some last words before we raid into the sandbox?
Definitely. Thank you everyone for being here. We appreciate. At least I'm doing this for all of the community. Pleasure to be here. And let's see in the next one.
Let's see in the next one. Stay OR and let's raid the sandbox. So make sure that we send some good vibes in their way. So take care and cheers. Bye.
In ancient times, the secret mountain was sealed by the dwarf titans with 5 powerful.
Let's skip that boring part and let's dig into business. I need your help.
Hey, where am I? This is a bit different from what I visited earlier.
Hey, come here quick.
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
How dare you to interrupt my story? I am the mountain.
Well, as I was saying, this is the Misty Mountain and has 2 things about it. One, it's filled with golds and diamonds. And there is some kind of weird magic.
What was the last part?
Instead, you can mine any dwarf streams, and all you need is a pickaxe.
Any dwarf streams?